F9? What? Every time I do the show, it looks like I just rolled out of bed. But the funny thing is, I didn't. The other funny thing is, I don't sleep, so there's really no bed to roll out of. And then the other thing is, I've been up for hours. So why does she have bedhead? We just don't fucking know. It's the way that it works here live at the Roxy. Welcome back to the show on this Wednesday, June 2nd. Today is a very special day live at the Roxy. Do you want to know why? Why, Roxy? Oh my God, that must have come from the live studio audience. Do you want to know why? Why, Roxy? Well, I'll tell you why. Could I have been weirder to start the show? Maybe I should start wearing some kind of makeup or doing my hair in some way. Oh yeah, I forgot I popped a pimple right before the show. All of this is great content. It's important stuff for you to know. The reason why is because I went and saw F9 and it was so fucking great. We're going to do a spoiler review on this. Nope, it's not what I meant to say. We're going to do a spoiler-free review on the show. There's black on my finger because I just lit my candle and I burnt my thumb. Whoa, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. We're going to do a spoiler-free review of F9 on this show today, and we are going to do that because I have told you guys I only like talking about shit that I want to talk about. I did not enjoy talking about Cruella because it was not my favorite, but I did it to try to save you guys money. Otherwise, I don't try to yuck anybody's yum, but today I'm obsessed with F9, so I can't wait to discuss it. Also, want to talk about some shit that the internet taught me today. It was one of those days where as I was scrolling through, I was like, holy shit, a lot of learning lessons from the internet. The internet really providing a lot of interesting tidbits today. If you guys learn anything from the internet, make sure you keep me posted. Just as Carlos says, Love O Rocks always keeps us informed. You had to know about the pimple that I popped. You had to know about my lack of sleep. And you have to know that I'm drinking Earl Grey. And at this time, I usually like to switch to my green tea, but I'm out of green tea. I ordered it. We'll see how long it takes to come. Now you're truly caught up. Now you are truly caught up. Let's start with the Streamlabs today. We'll get to the Streamlabs, the super chats, any questions, comments, concerns. Ask me your questions about F9. Tell me the things that you learned on the internet. Let me know your deepest, darkest secret. Ooh, moo-ha-ha-ha. Where do you have a pimple that you popped right before a live show? All that and more today, live at the Roxy. I'm thinking about doing more shows here. Not more shows like more often, more shows like more types of shows. I have one in mind. I'll tell you about it if it comes true. All right. In the Streamlabs, starting off with our man. He's the Zenist of the Glenists, Zen Glenn Caesar, who says, rest in peace, Chris Burke, and love to Avery Burke. Absolutely. Hashtag 2 Rockstars forever. Let's go Smets and everyone fighting. Hashtag smash cancer. Absolutely. I stand against anti-Semitism. I stand against Islamophobia. I stand against Asian hate. Hashtag stop AAPI hate. I know that Black Lives Matter. Hashtag BLM. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day. Justice for all the people who have lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names as we continue to do justice for Breonna Taylor, guys. Hello and good afternoon. Glenn, I always think it's so great when we transition from the serious things. Then you say hello. It's like, first, we got to get down to business. Here's the shit that really fucking matters. And then hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Happy hashtag World Girl Wednesday. Yeah, the girls are on their way over here right now. So this is going to be probably a briefer show. I'm excited to see them because we are building a Lego set tonight. Sending well wishes and thanks for hanging out. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, Grammy and Papa. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other. RJ, Rockstars, and World Friends. RJ and everyone who shows up and gives their support whenever, however they can when it gets tough. Even if by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. You're kind. You're smart. You're unique. And showing up for people who need it and want it makes you amazing. What happened to being dope AF? No, I like being amazing too. I like both of them. Being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, makes you humane and worthy. Your story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Cheers to Fuck Yeah News, love and laughter for us all in each of our days, our weeks, our months, and even our years. I hope that you and each of us can find what it is that brings us joy and then do it whenever, wherever we can and lose ourselves in it. And then Glenn also says Loki in 1 week, Black Widow in 1 month. What if in August, I thought it was the starter sentence. What if in August, Shang-Chi in September, Miss Marvel and Hawkeye both in late 2021, Eternals in November, Spider-Man No Way Home in December, as well as the Book of Boba Fett in December. Just so crazy. Let's fucking go. Yeah, that's a lot of Disney all at once, and we are stoked for it. We'll be talking about all of that stuff here on this show and more. So thank you for that complete rundown. I'm curious, what are you guys most excited for out of all those things? Loki, Black Widow, What If, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Eternals, Spider-Man, Book of Boba Fett. Which thing has your guys' heart fluttering? Paul3JP in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, fucking loved F9. It was everything I wanted it to be and completely worth the wait. Totally okay with Vin just making Dom a superhero at this point. Have him flying, shooting laser out his eyes in the next movie. Fuck it. I'm here for it. Steph's a baddie. So true. She's not here right now, but she is a baddie and she's on her way over, which makes her extra bad to the bone. Red Sands 1001 in the Streamlab says, I haven't watched a Fast and Furious movie after Tokyo Drift, but I did listen to a whole podcast mini-series discussing all the movies so far, and that was pretty entertaining. Ooh, Red Sands, which podcast did you listen to? And are you planning on watching them? And if you're not planning on watching them, are you planning on watching F9? Who is planning on watching F9? Let me know. Super chat in, Streamlabs in, ask your questions, get your comments and your concerns, all those things. Oh, you guys are all saying sup to Jet, which makes me think that he is in here, which he is. He said, sorry, I missed your call. No worries. I wanted to see if you were free and wanted to jump on with me because I love you and I miss you. So, but you were on another podcast and you missed my call and then you didn't call me back. And then you came into the show and chatted and now I see it. So that. Also, shout out to Avery, who's in here right now. Hi, Roxy. It's your girl, Avery. Thank you for all the love. Avery, in case you've missed the shows, we make sure that we mention you every single show. Glenn Caesar always super chats in and talks about you, and we're all sending you so much love. We hope you're doing okay, honey. I'm sure you're probably not, and that's okay right now, but we are here. We're thinking about you and your dad and just rooting for you really hard all the time. Everybody send hearts and bunnies for Avery. Hearts and bunnies for Avery. Looks like my brother left. I didn't shout him out quick enough, and so he ditched us. Too bad. So sad. Maybe it was the pimple on my face that made him want to go away. We'll just never know. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Christian Hardesty with that big support. Christian saving my motherfucking ass all the time says, yo, Coach K announced his retirement after this upcoming season. This news has me shook. Yeah, that's shit that I learned on the internet today. That came from me, at least, via Twitter. And I think it was the #1 trending thing, which I was kind of surprised about. But a lot of people like you were shook as well. My brother would probably have way better things to say about this. But yeah, at least it was #1 trending on mine. Taylor Rocks wrote, Coach K is the second longest tenured Division I basketball coach. He became the head coach at Duke in 1980, 41 years later, and he's going to retire. First Roy and now Coach K. The term end of an era isn't even enough to truly describe it. And I think that has the most likes, probably because just kind of the one after it has more likes. Well, that's the one that pops up first, and it pretty much sums up everything. Overtime posted, Coach K will probably retire after this upcoming season. 42 seasons as head coach at Duke. 42 is so many. Wow. It's a lot. Christian, were you a Duke fan? Did you go there? Or are you just shook by this news because it is such a big change in the end of an era? I would love to hear from you. Let's see what's going on in here. Rob Fishbeck says, hopefully Duke will get one more championship before he retires. Go Blue Devils. Okay. Jake says, I'll always respect Coach K, but fuck Duke. Tron says, your brother is here. He is? He's still here? Oh, no, he says I'm here. Sorry, Jet. Sometimes I don't see because I don't scroll up. So that's hard. He did stay. He stayed. He wasn't even scared off by my pimple. It really hurts. I put tea tree oil on it, though, because I told you guys that is the fucking game changer. This baby will be gone in like a day. Tea tree for life. The way that I say Tech 9, F9, and for life are all the same. I say them all the exact same way. I'm excited to talk about F9 because I'm excited about this movie. So let's get into that. Then shit that I learned on the internet today, plus any questions, comments, concerns from you guys, Streamlabs, Super Chat, all that great stuff. Yo, here's the deal. I acknowledge that the review I'm about to give is not a legitimate review. Why is it not a legitimate review? For a few reasons. The first reason being, we have been stuck inside for a year and a half almost, a year and a quarter, and going to the movies right now to watch a barrel of dirt would probably be entertaining. Number two, I am an unreasonably large Fast and the Furious fan. I think that this is such a fun, ridiculous franchise. And so for those two reasons, my review is probably not the most trustworthy review. I don't know how many people who review things first review themselves, but that is my honest review and assessment of myself prior to giving this review. All those things being said, this might have been the best movie I ever saw. It just straight up. I remember I watched it with Dee and Steph, and we saw it at the TCL Chinese Theater, and it was in the big Chinese theater screening room, and it was so fucking fun. And halfway through, I turned over to Steph. I said, "Why is this the best movie I've ever seen?" It was just perfection. It was so fucking exactly what I needed. Also, to preface it, I was sprinting there. I was running late. I was so nervous that I was going to get to the screening late. I actually ended up being there on time, but I was freaking out. When I got there, the girls, Steph had gotten me Sour Patch Kids. Dee brought me more Duvalin, which is that Mexican candy that I'm effing obsessed with now. The one that tastes like the Dunkaroos frosting. It is so good. Steph bought me a beer. Dee got us popcorn. I mean, these girls came prepped and ready. So I got there and it was my two girls and all of the things that I needed. And we were in the perfect seats in this big ass theater. The vibes in there were incredible. And then I sit down and 2 minutes later, this movie starts. And from the time it started to the time that it stopped, I was having the best time of my life. I was watching it and I was like, this is what I am supposed to be doing in life, sitting next to my two girls, drinking a beer and watching F9. It was I'm supposed to be in the movie, and I was thinking about that too. But if I'm not in the movie, I'm supposed to be watching it this way. It was jam-packed with action, as they all are. I liked the storyline that they told here. It was like this movie continued to say, hold my beer to itself. It just kept one-upping itself and then one-upping itself. It's also self-aware enough to know how ridiculous it is and just keep leaning into that ridiculousness. And there's some cameos in it that are going to make you laugh very hard. The people that you guys know are in it. I mean, the one, if I have to nitpick a little bit, Charlize's hair, man. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why this is what Charlize's hair looks like in this franchise. It just is. It looks like Greg Kelly from First Grade, who had the bowl cut, who kissed me in the library and then lied to everybody and claimed that he didn't kiss me on the lips because he was embarrassed because I wasn't that cool. Fucking Greg Kelly. She has Greg Kelly hair. It's literally like somebody put a bowl around her head and then trimmed her hair, but then it's brown underneath, but blonde on top. Whatever, I don't even care. Charlize can do no wrong. Everybody in this can do no wrong. It was so, so good. There was one part of it that I started laughing so hard, I actually thought I was going to have to run out of the theater because it was inappropriate how hard I was laughing. They started referencing another movie, and oh my God. When they started, you'll know the part that I'm talking about when you get there. I thought it was the dumbest, most incredible bit of dialogue. The dialogue in this movie in general is so egregious that it is perfection. And I feel like society should take notes from this movie. We should all talk like this movie talks. It's just everything is, and you guys know, I mean, there should be a drinking game. Every time you watch this, every time they say family, you guys should chug. I did it with my beer. My beer was gone very fast. It was so Perfect. This movie is great. If you don't like big action, stupid, loud, just larger than life movies, then you're not going to fucking like this. If you're ready for a good time, if you can suspend your disbelief because it makes no effing sense, and if you like cars and movies that go fast and things that go fast, there's no way you're not going to love this. It's perfect. John Cena is great. I like John Cena a lot. He was really good. It was excellent. The whole thing was excellent. Family. All right. What are your questions? What are your comments? What are your concerns? Who's going to see this movie? Especially after this review. Who wouldn't go see this movie? Let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Robert Turner says, I wrote an article for the music blog Electro Fans covering the original Fast and Furious soundtrack by BT, the energy and style and how it helped the series build character. Happy 20th anniversary of the Fast series, family. Is that true? Wow. That's wild. 20th. That's crazy. Red Sands in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Cast and the Curious, part of Small Beans channel, one longtime fan with one person who hadn't seen any of them before. Oh, Cast and the Curious is the name of the podcast. That's fucking funny. I like that. I've never heard of that, but that's awesome. That one part of the Small Beans channel. That's great. Thanks, Red Sands. John Lestrina. What's up, John Lestrina in the Streamlabs says, your F9 review is 10 out of 10. It's all I need to hear. I'm ready for this movie. June 25th. Let's go. Crank it all the way up. I need a Corona. I know. Isn't it great that we're swapping out Ronas for Ronas? So much better when this is the Corona that we're talking about. It was interesting in the theater because now you don't need to have masks, but people have them when they're walking in, but when they're seated, some people wear them the whole time. Some people don't, but we were so far away from everybody. I mean, it was just, the theater was so massive. If you've ever been to the TCL, it's huge. And so it felt really good. I also just think that D, Steph, and I were ready to have the best night ever. So it's just unfair. If you want more thoughts from Dorina and Steph, we did a little Patreon review right outside of the TCL right afterwards. So if you want that, become a World Girls patron, patreon.com/The World Girls. Because, yeah, it was great. It was effing great. Pink Sweet says, all I'm seeing is bad reviews, so this is interesting. I can't believe that somebody could go see this movie and give it a bad review. I don't know what they fucking thought they were going to get. This is exactly what I hoped for and more. It was so egregious and excellent. They reached out to me today. The company, I think it's Universal, that put on the movie, that to put on the press screening, and they also are the ones who made the movie. And yeah, NBC Uni, and they emailed me, and they sometimes do this afterwards to gauge how people are feeling. They said, send us your reaction if you have a moment, because they just want to know how people are. You don't have to say that it's good. You can say it was effing awful. That's the thing about press screenings. That's why it's ridiculous. People say you're a shill. You're allowed to say things are horrible. They have no say in that. So I just wrote back and I said, in the least professional email I've ever written, freaking loved it. So did the people I was with. Too much fun. Thanks for the invite. I actually then wrote XX. Freaking loved it. I freaking loved it. It was so good. Jonathan said, I already got my tickets thanks to your review. Carlos says, Roxy's the best. I will take it. Guys, if this is not the movie that you wanted, then I don't know what you were hoping for. I really don't. Critics can be fucking ridiculous sometimes. It's the best movie I ever saw in my life. Christian Hardesty says, Rox, I'm a massive Duke fan. I've stayed up crazy hours in crazy time zones, pacing back and forth. I'll never forget running in circles in my hotel room with my heart racing at 3 a.m. after Duke completed the comeback against UNC last February. Oh, Christian, that's awesome. I don't know shit about college sports. I really don't. I went to USC. So I should know more, but I really, really just don't know shit. Ryan Payne says, not sure if you keep up with wrestling, but what are your thoughts on WWE releasing wrestlers Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott, Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett, and Lana? As a fan, I'm seriously reaching the breaking point with WWE and I can't take it. So yeah, I really have not been paying attention. That's the first I heard about that they released Lana. And Braun Strowman, wow. What do I think about that? I think it's a business, and clearly they believe if they're releasing them that they're not good for business. Why that is, I don't know. And do I agree with that? Probably not. But again, I haven't been keeping up. That's wild, Ryan. What are your thoughts on it? I would love to know what you think. I know you're saying you're reaching your breaking point, but what was the biggest upset for you? And what are your thoughts on why? Kind of shocking. Christian Hardesty says, it's not going to be the same without Coach K, but he has given so much to Duke and the game of basketball. I'm so happy he will get to enjoy life with his family, and I can't wait to see him at Cameron Indoor Stadium as a fan. Yeah, it's maybe it's Cameron, right? Or is it Cameron? Maybe everybody should look at things the way you look at them, Christian, where it's like when somebody gives their life to something, maybe we should just be happy for them to go on to a new chapter in their life. It's like when Tom Brady left the Patriots and everybody's like, oh, do you hate him now? And it's like, he gave us 20 years and 6 rings. I'm never going to fucking hate Tom Brady. That would be so egregious. Do I wish he retired as a Patriot? Yeah. Do I wish he stayed a Patriot forever? Of course I do. But do I hate him? No, I want to see him happy. And by the way, he clearly made a choice that was really good for him. So, how are you going to hate that? Not that this had anything to do with Tom Brady, but everything always has to do with Tom Brady. Jake Yakoveta in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, I hope John Lustrina rents out the whole theater to watch F9 or he's going to get arrested in a Pee Wee Herman situation. Bring towels, John. And fuck. Why is John Lustrina jerking off to F9, Jake? Is he a diehard? And fuck Duke all the way sideways. Not sorry about timing. Rob out for his Duke love. Wait. Jake, are you abusing your moderator powers? Jesus Christ, Jake. Oh my God. I didn't even see you timed Rob out. That's a little funny, but also, no, Jake. Bad Jake. Wait, I got a cough. Hold on. Okay. I protected y'all's ears. It's very important. I'm just a big protector of you guys. Let me know what else you guys are thinking. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. You can talk to me about any of the things we're talking about today, including F9, or if you want to chime in on Ryan Payne's WWE thoughts, or if you want to talk about Duke, or if you want to mention things that you learned on the internet. Let's go over to the internet. Speaking of the internet, just a few things that the internet taught me today. Number one, I did see this thing. I don't have it on here, but it was this thing that said, someone's mother has 4 sons. North, west, south, and who is the 4th son? And I was sitting there looking at it, and I was like, okay, so obviously, I'll repeat it for you guys. Someone's mother has 4 sons. North, south, west, and who is the 4th son? And I'm thinking at it for a second, and I'm like, they want you to say east, so it's obviously not east. And then you look at it, and yeah, Bad Rabbit in here and ZB said someone. And it's someone's the person named, someone's mother, and then says the other one. And so when I looked at it for a second, I didn't know, and then I left it, and then I went back to it, and I was like, oh, it's someone. And then that's what the answer was. And I felt really good about that. And so I was like, thank you, internet, for reminding me that sometimes when I'm looking at a problem, you just have to walk away for a second. And if I look back at it, then it will come to me. So I was really excited about that. That wasn't the biggest thing the internet taught me today, though. It was just a nice little riddle for you guys out there. What the internet taught me today was several different things. And guess what? Because I do this show, I like to take screenshots of the shit that I learned on the internet. You guys should go through my phone one time. It is just legit screen grabs of all the shit that I see on the internet. That's wild to me. Did you guys know the father of Woody Harrelson, Woody Harrelson, killed a federal judge in San Antonio 42 years ago? I didn't know shit about this. This was trending on Twitter today. In 1979, Judge John Wood was murdered by Charles Harrelson. And then there's all these conspiracy theories about it. I guess Woody Harrelson and his father are estranged. But did you guys know that Woody Harrelson's dad was apparently killed a federal judge? I had no fucking clue. How did I never know this? It's not something that really, I guess, means anything about Woody Harrelson or matters. I didn't know. shit you learn on the internet. That was trending. And I was like, whoa, that's fucking wild. Well, most of you guys knew. Murderana knew. Carlos knew. Redford knew. Did everybody in here knew? I didn't know. I just didn't fucking know. Pink Sweet says, yeah, I read about that. Zeno says, I heard about this a long time ago. Yeah. I don't know. So that's some shit that I learned about. Mark Jason Ali says it's not talked about. I mean, yeah, if I was Woody, I probably wouldn't want to fucking talk about that either. So probably not that cool that I'm talking about it now, but I am. What'd you guys learn on the internet today? Something else I learned on the internet. This I learned last night. Thousands of pages of Dr. Anthony Fauci's emails were published through the Freedom of Information Act. You want to know what I learned about Fauci? That Fauci is exactly who Fauci is. This was the lamest release of information that I've ever seen in my life in terms of everybody now being like, oh, Fauci. You know who Fauci is? Somebody who says exactly what he writes. And anytime he had information, he shared it with us. And everything about Fauci just seems to be, legit. Because he's a doctor. And so everything he says comes from a place of science and facts and truth. It's so weird. It's like, this is like, the way that everybody trying to turn the Hillary Clinton emails thing into a thing, which admittedly is more of a thing than this is. But with release the emails with Fauci, everybody's like, show us the emails. And then there are all the emails and everybody's like, see. And I'm like, what? What are we looking at? Just looks like Fauci being Fauci, trying to protect the American people because he has no horses in this race other than to keep people alive, like the doctor that he is. We're fucking weird. Our society is fucking weird. Christian Hardesty says, dang, Jake, why you hating greatness? Also, fuck Greg Kelly. He's not hating greatness. He's hating Duke. He's not hating the coach, the president of the team. He's hating the coach. Although, by hating Duke, I guess he is hating greatness. So that. See what happened? See what happened on the internet? Fauci was being Fauci. Oh, how could he? How could he speak in facts and science? All right, let's go into the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Jake Yakavetta says, to give context to my hate, I would rather the Patriots win every Super Bowl till the end of time than Duke basketball winning one more fucking game ever, ever. Jake, whoa. What? I feel like I got a screen. I'm actually going to screen grab this right now. Jake, on June 2nd, 2021 at 2:14 p.m. Pacific time, Jake said that he would rather see the Patriots win every Super Bowl than something else. I can't even believe that. I didn't even know you hated Duke that much. Wow, Jake, this is like a victory for our friendship. You and I are on the same page about something, that we'd rather the Patriots win than Duke win. Go, Jake. He loves the Patriots. Go, Jake. He loves the Patriots. Go, Jake. Yeah. Okay. Rob Fishback. No, Jake can't keep timing out Rob. He does have moderator powers, but Jake knows he cannot. One time's funny. You can't just abuse him like that. Pink Sweets laughed my ass off. Roxy's so messy. She said, I'm going to screen grab this ASAP. I literally just screen grabbed it, Pink Sweets. I'm a chaotic mess, and I'm here for it. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get in your questions, comments, concerns, and I might just screen grab them. All right, moving forward. You guys want to hear other shit that I learned on the internet? And this is all stuff before we get out of here, because we are going to be getting out of here relatively soon. So Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. Let me know your thoughts, your questions on F9, what you learned on the internet, how you feel about Jake liking the Patriots now, because that's what I read. Do you guys see this shit about David O. Russell? Have I been living under a rock? What the fuck? Who knows who's been seeing this stuff? I didn't know anything about this. Where have I been? And if I did know at some point, I really forgot. Who in here has been keeping up with the David O. Russell stuff? Apparently, that's been taking place for years. That the internet just taught me today. And I don't even know exactly what is going on, but yo, seems like this David O. Russell shit is woof woof. So Pink Sweet says, we've been new about David O. Russell. Pink Sweet, where have I been? Where have I been? Cena says, please explain. Yeah, I'm with you, Cena. I didn't know either. Redford says, David O. Russell's been known for a while. Okay, so this was a tweet that came out this morning from Christine Celestine Joseph, who said, this interview with George Clooney, where he recounts his experience working with David O. Russell, is batshit. So this is an interview that I guess Clooney did with Playboy. Clooney says, I'm working on the film Three Kings. It was truly, without exception, the worst experience of my life. He said, Playboy asked him, did David O. Russell yell at you? And Clooney said, at me often and at someone daily. He'd throw off his headset and scream, today the sound department fucked me. For me, it came to a head a couple of times. Once he went off after a camera car driver who I knew from high school. I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with him getting his job, but David began yelling and screaming at him and embarrassing him in front of everybody. And I told him, you can yell and scream and even fire him, but what you can't do is humiliate him in front of people, not on my set, if I have anything to say about it. Another time he screamed at the script supervisor and made her cry. I wrote him a letter and said, look, I don't know why you do this. You've written a brilliant script and I think you're a good director. Let's not have a set like this. I don't like it. I don't work well like this. I'm not one of those actors who likes things in disarray. He read the letter and we started all over again. But later we were 3 weeks behind schedule, which put some pressure on you. And he was in a bad mood. These army kids who were working as extras were supposed to tackle us. There were 3 helicopters in the air and 300 extras on set. It was a tense time and a little dangerous too. David wanted one of the extras to grab me and throw me down. This kid was a little nervous about it. And David walked up to him and grabbed him and pushed him onto the ground. And he kicked him and screamed, do you want to be in this fucking movie? Then throw him on the fucking ground. The second assistant director came up and said, you don't do that, David. You want them to do something. You tell them. David grabbed his walkie-talkie and threw it on the ground. And he screamed, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. And the AD goes, fuck you. I quit. He walked off. It was a dangerous time. I sent him this letter. I was trying to make things work. So I went over and I put my arm around him and I said, David, it's a big day. You can't shove, push, or humiliate people who aren't allowed to defend themselves. He turned on me and said, why don't you worry about your fucked up act? You're being a dick. You want to hit me? You want to hit me? Come on, pussy, hit me. I'm looking at him like he's out of his mind. Then he started banging me on the head with his head. He goes, hit me, you pussy, hit me. Then he got me by the throat and I went nuts. Waldo, my buddy, one of the boys, grabbed me by the waist to get me to let him go. I had him by the throat. I was going to kill him. Finally he apologized, but I walked away. By then, the Warner Brothers guys were freaking out. David sort of pouted through the rest of the shoot and we finished the movie, but it was truly, without exception, the worst experience of my life. I had no idea that this had happened with George Clooney and David O. Russell. Then, there was this video of David Russell calling Lily Tomlin a cunt and throwing things at the people on set because she called him out for his unprofessional behavior. Then there was a lot of different things, people coming out and saying that he was incredibly abusive on set. And then I saw another tweet from Alicia saying, every few years, reports of David O. Russell's absolutely inappropriate and abusive on-set behavior resurfaces and everyone's shocked for a few days and then nothing happens. People keep working with him. Mike Nichols tweeted out and said, that tweeted out this article of the Lily Tomlin stuff and like people thinking David O. Russell was looking up her skirt and all the stuff that was happening. I had no idea about any of this. Today, the internet taught me that David O. Russell might make some brilliant movies, but it seems like, whoa boy, is there a lot of stuff there. Which of you guys knew about any of this stuff and which of you guys didn't know about this stuff? I'm really interested to see where you guys are with all of this. Rob says, oh shit, that's not the story I covered. He's making a new film. Didn't know this stuff. Still one of the modern greats, though, in my opinion. He's an incredible filmmaker, but hey, none of that fucking matters if this is who you are, I guess. Yeah, Mark says, wow. Yeah, Zeno Hour says, David O. Russell also groped his niece. I was looking into that too. It seemed like there was a story about him groping his 17-year-old niece that got dropped or something. I don't know. Did you guys see all that? It's a lot. Just a lot. Curious your guys' thoughts or what you've seen or if you even knew about this or why it seems to be one of Hollywood's, like on the underbelly of Hollywood. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, super chat in as well. Andrew Thomas says, hey, sexy all natural Roxy. I'm just excited for Loki, What If, and Kenobi coming to Disney Plus. I found out today it's Lou Gehrig's day. Oh, it's Lou Gehrig Day. Is it like ALS Day, or does he have a day, or how does it all work? Thanks for letting us know, Andrew Thomas. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're excited for those things. I am definitely excited for those things as well. Pink Sweet says, I didn't know about his niece, but I did know about his behavior on set. Yeah, Rob says, totally so gross. Simply Emily said, oh gosh, that's horrible. I didn't know this. I didn't know this either. Melissa said her chatter but didn't pay attention. Gridania says, never knew. I never knew any of this shit that the internet taught me today. I was just casually scrolling there. I saw a tweet and then I was like, what is this? And then I looked at that article with Playboy. I was like, you're telling me George Clooney and David O. Russell got in a massive on-set fight, and I'm in this industry and I'm always looking at this stuff and I have no fucking idea that took place. Where have I been? Where the fuck did where have I been? Spencer says, hey Spencer, I read he admits he groped his niece and said she came onto him. Ew. Wow, I didn't even see any of that. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Not a fun thing that the internet taught us, but the more you know. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on in here. Glenn Cedar says, Roxy, there was a budget cut released every year a few months ago. Alistair Black was off television for a few months, not injured, just off TV, no storyline. Brought back to TV last week. Unexpectedly fired / released today. All this after the Peacock deal. Yeah, but you would think even with budget cuts, like, what? I don't know, that they would be able to come to some kind of negotiation on some people, but maybe not. Glenn says Thea Trinidad, Alistair Black's wife, and a friend of AfterBuzz, being one example of someone who was let go for her stance on using Twitch / YouTube as an outside source of income to WWE is dying, and Vince's mentality and approach is the killer. He needs to change. What gets you to Egypt doesn't necessarily get you to the promised land. He's been at this for a long time and he's run an unbelievable business, but I feel you that this does not seem totally right. Ryan Payne says, I get from a business standpoint what WWE did, but knowing that their company was incredibly profitable in 2020 and the multi-million-dollar deal they made with Peacock and the controversy around wanting the wrestlers' Twitch account shut down, there's a limit. So that's what happened. I didn't hear about that whole Twitch story. Wild. Yeah, they like to have a very tight grip on their wrestlers for sure. Glenn says, not to mention the whole issue with his classifying wrestlers as independent contractors, not employees yet. That is woof. So as to avoid dealing with having to provide better or any workers' compensation, insurance, etc. Vince spends money, but is terrible to workers. Some people love him though. Some people that work for him love him. But a lot of those people are old school, I think. Dave in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says the David O. Russell news is old, but he seems to have chilled out and actors are lining up to work with him. Yeah, I mean, all this stuff does seem old. I wonder why it is resurfacing now, but even if it was old, it was news to me. News to me. Any other questions, comments, concerns, things you learned on the internet, questions about F9, thoughts on how the Patriots are the best of all time? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let Jake Yacovetta and I, who are both diehard Patriots fans, know why you love the Patriots and Tom Brady so much. That's what I heard. I hear that all I heard full stop was Jake wants the Patriots to win every Super Bowl for the rest of the time. That's what I have heard. That's what I heard. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. This one coming through from Christian Hardesty. Fuck yeah, Christian says, Duke and their fans always embrace the hate. I still love all you rock stars. P.S. It's totally cool to root for both the Patriots and the Blue Devils. Oh boy. You hear that, Jake? You hear that? Mark Jason Ali says, I think the Russell stuff is resurfacing because Taylor Swift is in his new film. Oh, interesting. Curious. So curious. Well, I wonder how that goes. Shake it off. Shake it off. That was my Taylor Swift impersonation. Jake says, whatever the fuck ever quiz show. All right. I'm going to get out of here. So thank you guys for being here. Okay, Jake sent in another Streamlabs. He said, okay, this is some bullshit. LOL. I heard what I heard. I read what I read, Jake. I screenshotted what I screenshotted. It's a whole to-do. Don't forget to join us tonight for The World Girls. We'll be live 6 p.m. youtube.com/The World Girls, where we are building a certain Lego that we're really excited about. I know you guys missed when I do Legos on this show, so we're excited to do that over there. So make sure you tune in for that. And they're all coming here to do that because we could not do Lego via Zoom or via StreamYard. So that's going to be in person. Nope, I just lied. I was going to say another Streamlab coming through, but that is not true. So on that note, let's get out of here. Check your internet. Make sure you blow on it. Make your bed if you haven't already, but hopefully you have. Put down your toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Legoland says, wait, building a Lego set, or maybe Legos appearing. Legoland. Lego. Bow, 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 bow. Also, Brett, Miles, Jonathan, arrested cops to kill Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Don't trump with the Holocaust. All of those things, very important. Much love to Avery. We're thinking about you. And I'll see you tonight for the World Girls, and I'll see you tomorrow live at the Roxy for another episode of Live at the Roxy. Stay safe, stay sane, and go see F9. Can I say sane? Can I speak? We don't know.